a senior here at Maxwell, and I'm protesting to keep the school alive. Because like Maxwell, it's a nice environment. Like getting to know each other. There's a lot of students in here that know each other. It's a good school. The school don't need to be shut down. So I'm just here trying to support. Show some love, make the school stay open, man. Like the school needs to be open.
Like how 1 week the teachers get a raise, and then the next week they send letters saying that our school's getting shut down.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
That the Chancellor made a decision, which is that he is proposing that Maxwell be phased out. This is contrary to what you've been told, because the school, even through its best efforts, have not been graduating as many students as we would like over the past several years. Most recently, this past June, when we looked at the progress report grade, and whether or not you agree with the system, it's the system that is used throughout the city. And the school is compared to a fair group.
Don't change the system, it's extreme.
Fix our schools, don't privatize.
So the graduation rate this past June
You're the superintendent, you should know.
it's over 40-something%, Mr. Margaret. I certainly wouldn't want to give you any incorrect information, Mr. Mulgrew.
Stop the drive to privatize.
43.4%. Okay? We simply cannot allow over 55% of our students not to graduate on time. So, in September, there will be a new school that opens up on the campus. It will not be a charter school, contrary to what you've been told. Subsequently, the following year, another school will open up on the campus. In September, there will be no 9th graders that will enter the building. Again, all of this is subject to a vote by the panel on educational policy on January 26th.
Shut down the DOE. Shut down the DOE.
We will not stop, no matter what happens. But phase out is not good for our kids. Okay? Phase out in a school creates haves and have-nots. That's right. Okay? The new school comes in, they get all kinds of new stuff. They get new computers, they get smart boards. Okay? Our schools over the years get less and less. Okay? Our students get less classrooms, get less space, supplies, and books. While at the same time the new school gets better and better. It's not right. Okay, so the only students who are going to get out of this unscathed are the students that graduate this year. The other students, it's going to be a tough road to hoe. We will do our best to give you the best education we possibly can. But phase out is not good.
This is what happens when we give mayoral control, okay, to Mayor Bloomberg. And unfortunately, Ms. Weingarten supported it. At Tilden, the children we graduated, we got kids that were overaged and undercredited. They sent them to us. They did not send them to Midwood. They did not send them to Brooklyn Tech. They sent them to us. We took them in with open arms and we tried to help them. Okay? We did not lie like the new schools do with the graduation rate. You want to know if the new schools are successful? If you want to know if the new school's successful, do a survey and see how many of them go to college, how many of them pass the SAT, how many of them pass the CUNY reading and writing test. That's how you know if a school is successful at the graduation rate. Not by how many they graduate, okay? Not by what the state says. That's all a lie. All a lie. And you can't stop this guy. This guy's got too much money, Mr. Bloomberg, and he buys everybody out. I would hope that the new UFT president will stand up and fight him, unlike Ms. Weingarten, who gave in to everything. three things.
question is this: how can teachers at a school get bonuses for 2 consecutive years? How can they bring in the principal and in 1 year got double digits improvements in the school, and then when we pretty much thought we were going to have a high C, in midstream they change the whole system and say, you know what, we got a new rating system. So schools that were going to get an A are now getting a B. Schools that were going to get a B are not getting a C. At the same time, the mayor decides we need more charter schools. So the question is, how disingenuous is that? You give us one scale and then you change the rules in the middle of the game.
Each year, there's a cutoff. We want high expectations for students. Similarly, we want it for schools. So the bar was raised. But the bar was not just raised for Maxwell High School. The bar was raised across the city. So I think it's a little inaccurate and unfair to say that this school suffered.
We understand that the formula changed, the cutoff changed, and they didn't fix other numbers, so there's real discrepancies here. But my question, and I do have two very distinct questions. You are the superintendent, and by law, it's your job to help support these schools. If this school is closing, does this mean that you have failed at your job? That is my first question. This is now a problem. The chancellor has announced schools he's closing this year that he just opened 2 years ago. So this whole thing is becoming a sham now, because the Department of Education legally and the superintendent legally's job is to help support the school to succeed, not to stand back, give you the keys, give you a budget and say, guess what? You're on your own. It doesn't work that way. So the other question that I have is, you're a fraud. Excuse me, I'm asking a question.
Say nothing about Bloomberg.
Thank you.